What is up, guys? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and we are back with LEGO DC Supervillains Level 15 Darkseid of the Moon free play. That's right, we're going to get all 5 of those mini kits. We're going to get the character token for Brainiac. We're also going to round up that 4x stud multiplier that we've been holding out for, and we're going to get that poster location, which should wrap up all the gold bricks. That, of course, including that true villain stud requirement. So, hey, shout out to Tyler P for hooking up that guide. Without those collectible locations, I would not have been able to do this as quickly as I did, or even if at all, perhaps. But shout out to Warner Brothers, too, for hooking us up with a copy of the game. Super awesome that they've been taking care of us, and hopefully we've been taking good care of you. Go ahead and pull up the level select, choose Level 15 Darkseid of the Moon free play, and we're going to choose the first areas because there's plenty of collectibles here. There's the main man right there, Darkseid. He actually has a couple of guys that are going to try to thwart our plans of rescue. Hey, wait a minute. I thought we were going to rescue me. It's free play, that's right. What we're going to want to do is get a character with the electricity ability, and we're going to go ahead and pump up that electric meter in the back there, which actually opens up a gate and reveals a mini kit. But it also pulls in this nice little this floating tank and Buddy in the pink nighty gown. Like, I'm not sure what the attire requirements are here, but I would definitely I feel like he's kind of a little on the lazy side. That's not like, you know, outside the house clothes. Looks like he's got his pajamas on or something. Anyways, make sure you don't forget that mini kit floating in the back tunnel there after you fill up that electric panel up top. And definitely try and avoid the old liquid hot magma. Now, here in a minute, we're going to set us up for a couple of collectibles, and we're also going to work towards getting the red brick, but it's kind of a multi-step process. Hey, wait, what is that down there? Oh, yeah, that's right. That actually is something related to the story that we're actually going to skip. We skip some of the story-based elements, but we also complete some of them as they are required. So, all right, basically dodge the old floating tank for a wee bit. He will eventually stop and drop his force field. You can then attack him and rebuild his bits into this rocket. Now, once we launch this rocket, it actually goes all crazy like a balloon being let go. Ready? That's kind of what I picture. Reese used to do that all the time. We'd get a big bag of balloons and he'd blow them up and they'd be all over the place. It was actually fun, but also kind of crazy. All right, once that rocket lands, it's going to destroy a part of a robot. You can see we've got the lower half here. Let's go ahead and use a flying character like Superman to go ahead and destroy it. And look at that. There's a cracked block on the bottom here. We'll go ahead and give it the old pow. And booyah-ka-show. We've now got our second mini kit. Next up, we've got these fires kind of on the left. We're going to go ahead and put those out on the actual walkway here. And then also we're going to pay attention to these floating ones. Remember those guys I was talking about just a minute ago? Well, here's the 2 on the left. Superman does a great job of actually flying and taking out the old, well, I don't know, what are those, sconces or something? There's something weird. Old school lights, basically. But we got electricity up top. That just doesn't make much sense. All right, make sure you fly towards the front of your screen as you're making your way towards the right, as Darkseid will totally attack you. I also recommend taking out the carrier that the fire is in, as well as you will get some studdage for doing so. Now, this gets a little tricky, too. You don't have to do this right now, but we wanted to go ahead and get it out of the way. We're going to fly up and over and into the middle behind Darkseid and our custom character that's currently being held hostage. We're going to smash this computer down and reveal the poster location. I guess you probably knew that because of the quick link notation down below in the bottom left corner, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and get our spray on and, of course, take a quick selfie just to make sure everybody knows that it went down. And I had a hard time choosing the right filter. I feel like the filters are cool, but none of them are really that cool. Now, once you get that done, we're going to make our way back over to the left and complete the story Bart's-based elements. There's me going making up new words, even though that word sort of exists. It's sort of a name, huh? But anyways, we'll laugh at me some more as I go ahead and use the Green Lantern pad on the far left side and rip open the first control room. Now, you might notice there is a computer there that needs help of some silver brick breakage. We're going to go ahead and take that one down, but it is important to note that we don't want to smash the other one down. That is not until we get the red brick. So if you actually smash the other one by following along with the story, you might have to play this over again. Now, if you already got the red brick, then don't worry. Go ahead and do whatever you need to do. But this is actually round 2 fight. We have to take on that tank and a few minions as well. And basically, it's the same advice. The attacks are a little bit different, and the finish is a little bit different, but avoid a series of attacks from the tank, and then he will stop and drop his shield. And in this case, he actually... I believe he starts spinning around like a crazy person, shooting everywhere, and you gots to go ahead and pull that grapple plug out. So look at me, I'm using my my other character as a nice shield here. Don't mind me, guy. And look at that, he has revealed his grapple points. So we'll go ahead and spam, 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 spam. Oh, and look at that, it has revealed a gold, I don't know, what is that, a gear? You know what really grinds my gears? Oh, we'll go ahead and smash that down, put out the fire, then rebuild these bricks into something that'll help us over on the right-hand side. But really, this is just advancing the story just a wee bit so that we can get into that other control room. Yep, that's right. Superman is super, but he is not ultra super. I wonder if Ultraman can mess with those. That'd be interesting. So we're going to go ahead and there we got a nice little walkway up there with some studs. We can fly, though, so we're not going to make much use of those other than collecting the studdage. Now up top, we're going to go ahead and smash the old Green Lantern or Ohm symbol or whatever, Omega, somebody said in the comments too. But we're really trying to pay attention to this little control switch on the right. Now, basically, it's all about timing here, and I have to be honest, the timing seems a little bit off. I found that you almost have to get the timing just a little early in order for it to react properly. The goal, though, is to hit the circle button, or the icon that's indicated there, right when the yellow notch is in the middle there. And like you see, like I hit it, but it was a little late, but it still sucked it back in. And luckily for me, second time was the charm. As you probably noticed, I failed the first time. But once you get that all done, it's going to go ahead and open up the top. And we got ourselves a Minikit. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Number 4. Thank you very much. Now, this next part is really important that you don't smash the computer inside the control room. Otherwise, it might take us away, and you might have to replay this level. That would not be good. We do need to switch to somebody with some explodey paint, though. Harley will get her done just fine if I can stop spamming that button there. We'll go ahead and carve out a nice little triangular explosion here. There we go. We got some bricks now. We can build them into a push switch. And you know the drill here. We got to spin to win. So we'll go ahead and push it around a full turn, which actually turns the statue around and exposes the backside there, which happens to be gold. We'll go ahead and melt down that gold, which gives us some bouncing bricks that turns out to be, oh, yep, it's a lantern pad. So we're going to need the help of somebody who can help. Oh, look at that. We've got Mr. Green Lantern himself. We'll pull him out, and we've got a nice little door knocker. Hello, is anybody home? Knock, knock. Third time's the charm. It goes ahead and gives us access into that room. But again, we do not want to go in there. Not yet. We want to come back over to this side. Now, you may have already gone in and hacked this terminal. And if you did, then it's important that you move over to the right side and hack that terminal with a character like Livewire, who can get in there and is also immune to electricity, which is kind of nice. Don't want to lose them studs that you collect, right? So we'll go ahead and choose Livewire and hop on inside, and just like the usual hack job here, we got to go ahead and spin it around until we get access to that red lever, and then we'll press that lever and it'll take us away and the hack will be complete. So this was one of the rather easy ones, although I did miss out on a few studs over in the far right corner there, but that's all right. We've got our true villain requirement. So goal here is, like I said, we got to do both of these before destroying both of the computers. Now, you have to destroy the left computer in order to advance the story and get access to the right room, but you do not want to destroy that big orange and silver computer there. Definitely hack inside with somebody again like Livewire, and yep, I thought I was trying to cheat there. Did you notice that? And you can actually jump over some of the ledges. You probably noticed that I actually didn't spin it that time. I only had to spin it a couple of times in order to get all the way to the end, and I even flipped it on its side. And all right, we've officially completed that hack, and we've got the second of 2 done. Now we just need to fly up there where the camera is showing us. Now, I'm going to switch to Green Lantern, but that's probably not the best person to use. We're actually going to need somebody that is immune to electricity up here. Now, it's in our notes. I just didn't read them. So, with that being said, we get this nice little moment of ha-ha, because I totally fail right here. The fail stamp of disapproval, if I had one, would be stamped right now. Ka-chink. All right, we'll go ahead and switch to Livewire. I actually read the notes as I was getting destroyed by the electricity with Green Lantern. You'd think he'd be able to handle that, but no, pressure was too much, apparently. So we'll go ahead and jump up and collect the 4x red bricks. Now we can go ahead and get an 8x multiplier. Once we finish this level, we can go purchase that bad boy and turn it on. And with our 2 and our 4, that will give us the 8. And that'll be just great. Now that we've got that red brick behind us, we can go ahead and switch to somebody like the Joker and throw an explodey pie at this computer. And guess what? That should take us away to the next area. I guess technically it's still this area. It's just the next phase of it. So progressing the story. We should have access to our custom character, which we kind of already did, but you get what I'm saying here. And then now we get to take on Darkseid up close and personal. So that's right, buddy. You and me again. We've already done this once, but I guess we gotta repeat it. So yes, we have to avoid his attacks. So again, steer clear of the red circles and lines indicating attacks are coming your way. Eventually, we'll get up close and personal to him and teach him some dance lessons, you know, the old cha-cha. So he does bring in these floating tanks. Again, they're not nearly the same as the first one. They just kind of slam down from above. And then I do believe they give us some bricks after a couple of slams, and then we should use those against him. Now, full disclosure here, when I was reading the Trophy Achievement Guide by Tyler P., you know, it was very explanatory, but I kind of had a panic moment here where, you know, I wasn't sure if this was technically the Darkseid finale, which happens to be the second area. I was kind of forgetting that we go to a whole nother section, right? And so I was thinking, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be looking for a grapple plug on the right side of the platform, and I couldn't find it. So once I knock him down right here, I actually totally run around for, I don't know, a good minute and a half or so. I've edited it down. So here in a minute, about 25 seconds or less, you're going to see me transition to the next spot. But this is what I'm doing right now, as I'm like looking around. I'm not just trying to make you dizzy, which it's effectively working for this guy. But you know, we're definitely, I was like I said, having a moment of panic. But we need to go ahead and give him the old pow right in the kissa. He's got the Tweety Bird stars floating around. Once we do that, though, it will officially take us into the end of the battle, because we still got a bunch of hearts left. And then we can go ahead and move to the next phase. So here we go. We're about to go give him the old pow. Here we go right now. Oh, look at that. A little cheap shot. He'd only been waiting like, what, 5 minutes for us to go ahead and hit him. All right, he sends his crazy laser beam out and destroys our pew-pew gun. And now we have nothing. Oh, look at Green Arrow off to the side there. Did you see that? I got so excited I switched to him, thinking, wait a minute, what's he got that I don't? But apparently nothing. So we'll go ahead and avoid more attacks. This time it's a little bit squirrelier too, because we've got these little flames coming up from the bottom. We got these vents that keep popping open. But eventually we'll get some bricks. We build them up into a lantern pad, and we'll use Green Lantern on it to go ahead and knock him down one last time, which takes us into the final battle. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is actually where we need to look for the grapple plug off to the right-hand side of the platform. This is the first platform. Once we defeat him, well, I guess once we hit him with Gorilla Grodd here in a minute, we're actually going to move to the second platform. And then we're going to do something we've been talking about this whole time, but it's not because of a vote being won or lost. It's because of an actual technical error within the game. So some of you have found out already that basically for some reason levels 15 through 20 seem to have some weird motion blur issues. Now the game comes with the option of motion blur turned on, so you can go into your options and turn it off, and everyone is suggesting that you do that because if you don't, it's likely your game is going to crash. And when and how, I don't really have all of the technical answers for you, but I will say that even in our guide, it is recommended that once you get the last mini kit, which is coming up on platform 2, that you definitely want to save and exit unless you want to replay the level, because if you don't, you might get booted or get, you know, the game might freeze on you, and if that happens, none of the stuff you've collected will count. So it's very important that you guys are aware of that. Now, I did kind of talk over me getting the actual character token, but I did already discuss that, you know, you just have to pull the grapple plug on the right-hand side. You guys saw me do it. Hopefully you guys didn't miss it. Otherwise, you're going to have to play this. But the good news is, if you did miss it, you only have to go back and play the second area at Darkseid Finale. So, and here we are. And it's important, too, that I actually get kind of caught up here. I read the Trophy Achievement Guide here, and it says on the second platform where you see the strongman handle, And I saw the strongman handle, and I thought that was my cue. I thought I needed to go and rip that bad boy down to get to the last Minikit. But it turns out what I need is actually just off to the side of it. So what I'm doing right now is part of the story bits. And I do have an on-screen warning that pops up here in a minute, but we definitely do not want to use this treadmill. So you still have to pump it up, and you got to switch to something, but don't do that yet. Not until you get the final Minikit, which we are going to find access to this over on the right-hand side. We need a character with the telekinesis. So Gorilla Grodd comes into play one more time for us, and as soon as I pull him out, you can see there's this weird, oh, it's a great. We'll go ahead and flip it over, and we'll switch over to our little guy. That's right, me, hello. We'll go ahead and switch through there, and as soon as we pop out the other side, we got ourselves that 5th Minikit. Now is when I would highly recommend you go ahead and use the save and exit. That's what we're going to do. I know this is kind of weird, kind of controversial right now based on everything, but you can see we got all the collectibles there. We're going to save and exit, and watch this. It actually takes us right into the final total. So it's just like finishing the level, but not quite. And I apologize. I didn't do the cosmic treadmill that takes me into the speed zone, but I didn't do that because I didn't want to have it crash. I already had to play this level twice because I messed up. So, ooh, I got dry mouth. Need to work on that. All right, so we got all 5 Minikits. We get a little bit of studdage for getting those, as well as a nice Daily Planet headline with Darkseid's face on there. We also got that red brick for the studs ×4, or the 4X as we call it. We also got that poster location, took that selfie with the Joker himself. And we got all the gold bricks left over in this level that we did not get in story. One for the for the poster location, one for the Minikits, and then of course one for this guy right here. Was it the character? No. That wasn't it. I don't know what it is. I've got them all, though. You saw it. We saw it. I proved it. That is actually going to wrap it up for LEGO DC Supervillains Level 15 Darkseid of the Moon. Now we just have the 5 kind of prequel levels left that are actually pretty short, so that's awesome. So pat yourself on the back for getting through the main story. Hopefully we helped you out a wee bit. If we did, hit that like button. Always helps. And as for me, that's going to do it for now. I've got 5 more levels left. So as always, until next time,